welcome to the We Only Do One Take podcast. It is the only podcast in the world that is a complete shit show. I am Turch, and with me today, live in studio,
Thank you very
is
much.
my co-host and CEO, and the man who puts the anal in analogy. It's Kieran. How you doing?
Thank you. It's good to be live in the studio.
I'm glad I said that joke just as you were drinking some water, and I felt like I better hold it just that little bit so he swallows it, because I felt like there was going to be a lot of water.
I didn't think that joke quite worked. You know, anal in what was it?
Analogy.
Analogy, because they the different sounds.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Oh,
look,
yeah.
you know, they all, as Primus's best of album is called, they all can't be zingers.
As a professional comedian, you'll learn one day, Turch. You'll get there. You'll get there one day.
I was actually messaging our friend who is a professional comedian, and he's just like, when you want to do the competition, let me know. I have spots for both of you. You know, he's very excited for the stupidity that's going to happen.
When I get back from Vietnam, we'll do it. I will write my jokes on the aeroplane.
What's the deal with aeroplane food? Every single joke's going to be that.
If I don't make it back, because I'm flying southern China,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Because the booking didn't book at the right time.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to pay the exorbitant fees over Easter.
Yep.
So I'm flying to China, out to Vietnam. Mm-hmm.
Do they do that? Isn't China and Vietnam like fighting each other half the time?
Look, you know, I don't get involved in that.
Yeah. That's fair. That's a good call. That's a good call.
But if I don't make it back, it's because I'm flown to southern China.
Right.
Yeah.
We could have a Malaysia Airlines incident. We might be looking for you, and then 60 Minutes somehow gets a scoop, and the scoop is we still haven't found it. That was a real thing that happened on Australian TV.
Look, give me one promise.
Yeah.
If something happens to me,
Yeah.
I will allow Niall to put together all the video clips he has of me.
Yeah.
Play it once, and you must promise me that you will then delete it.
All the video clips.
All the videos.
I don't want to see your penis.
He's got a compilation of me spilling food. Eating and spilling food.
You know what's funny?
Which I thought, if I ever became a politician, he's a very rich man.
I don't know if you realise this, but if I just message Niall right now, he will just send that to me.
No, he wouldn't.
I bet you I can get that video.
Listen,
why would you tell me stuff I can blackmail you with?
Videos.
Well, I'll compile it into one. It'll be like, remember that old show, Australia's Funniest Home Videos? And they used to put this wacky sound effects on people falling over. And the voiceover. Oh, I think I can carry all these. Why don't you think?
I'm trying to get ahead of the story, so I'm trying to say it's okay, but you can play it once. At my funeral memorial.
So this is just like any video on the internet. You can't take a video off the internet. You should ask the New Zealand government about that. I feel like they're really struggling.
Turch.
Yes.
I know what happened to you this morning.
Okay.
You were going to work on the train.
Yep.
And you got held up because of the gun incident. Isn't that correct?
Well, I'm pretty lucky because I get in pretty early. And
yeah.
I actually didn't hear about it until I missed it.
Oh, you could have missed a half a day of work today because of that.
I was pretty amazing. But to go on, what... Is this the start of your rant?
No, it's not.
It's not. But I was hoping to miss a bit of day of work, but I'm working from home tomorrow, so I'm fine.
You're fine? Okay. That's good.
Working from home tomorrow means potentially editing this show. If I can be bothered.
If you get you might be unwell tomorrow.
Might be a bit unwell. I do have to go in for a meeting, but that's okay. It's a quick one.
Fair enough. Turch, I do have a rant.
Yes.
You're a fan of the YouTube.
Yes, that's basically all I watch. I can't watch...
And I quite like YouTube, and I like going onto the YouTube page.
Yeah.
Because with their algorithm, I'm like, oh, these are all videos that I'm potentially interested in looking. I don't have to search anymore.
Yeah.
Right? And then you go on these trails, and it's a fantastic waste of a few hours.
Yeah.
Right?
Down the rabbit hole of YouTube.
I now have a shower
Yeah.
with my waterproof iPhone X, which apparently is waterproof when it comes out of the manufacturing, but after about a week...
It's gone.
Yeah, it should. Anyway, But I set it up. So I find a clip that's about 4 or 5 minutes.
Oh, perfect. I do. You know what?
Watch it in the shower.
I do the same thing, but with music. I just put on like some stuff from Spotify that I've been meaning to listen to. 4 minutes, listen to the song, get involved in it with the shower.
Yeah.
Ready to go. But you do videos.
Anyway, and then the ads. The ads annoy me, right? Because I sort of set it up so the water doesn't get on it, but I can still see it. And then you get an ad and you've got to skip, right?
Because it's a 1.5 minute ads for a 2-minute video.
Right. So anyway, you know, 5 seconds you watch and you press the skip button. That's fine. I'm not sure if this has happened to you, but YouTube is now doubling up on the ads. Not only do I have to skip one ad, it then plays another ad.
You know what?
And I've got to skip that ad.
You know what?
It's playing two ads instead of one ad.
I've noticed this, and what they're doing, usually it's like it's a 30-second ad.
Yeah.
And after 5 seconds, you can skip it.
Uh-huh.
But some genius over there, some advertising guy, it's just gone, but look, it's still a 30-second ad if it's 2 15-second video ads. So instead of playing a 30-second ad, they get people to make 15-second videos, 15-second ads. And this is what you have to do. So you're doubling the amount of time you have to watch the ad to click the skip button. You're getting twice as many ads. So that means they get twice as much revenue and you have to do all the work.
That's it. Unbelievable. Well, there's corporate greed, right? Which I'm all for corporate greed. Well, but except for in this situation.
Well, the interesting thing is that a lot of the times, the people who put up the videos can actually choose what type of advertising they can put on the video. So people who, don't get their money from Patreon and get most of their money from ad revenue on YouTube can select the type of ads they put on their videos.
No way.
Yeah. Especially when they get to a certain level. Because YouTube know they're going to get money if they choose it. But I always feel like every time I watch a video that has ads, I'm never going to buy the product.
I don't care. I don't care about the ads. I'm watching the
yeah, exactly right.
And so I got hit with like 2 of those 8-second ones as well that you can't skip.
Yeah.
They're a little bit longer, but you're just like, oh.
Yeah, I feel that. Feeling
right.
That. It's always like for a bank. It's like...
Well, YouTube's revenue was just under $4 billion in 2018.
But don't they run it at a loss?
That's their revenue.
Yeah, I know, but like...
Not their profit.
Yeah, I know. But
profit and... Turch, and I'm not sure if you know this. Profit and revenue...
I understand that.
...are 2 separate things.
I was going to say, but I always thought that YouTube ran at a loss. Like, it was a big loss for Google. Like, that wasn't the thing that they made the money on.
Oh, holy shit. Tomorrow... my phone just beeped. Tomorrow's White Night.
There you go.
Is that so?
This really dates the episode.
Hang on.
When did we record, Kieran?
Tonight's episode is brought to you by White Night. It is a 12-hour White Night event that is now a massive new winter arts festival running across 3 days. No dates or event the month has been announced yet, but it will not be held in February. This doesn't help me. Can we edit this out?
Yeah, just keep on with your rant.
Anyway.
YouTube ads.
Bloody outrageous. And it's because I'm in the shower and I'm wet and I'm going to press skip and I don't want to get my phone wet. And then you can't press skip because your hands are wet. And then you got to do it twice. It's very annoying. And we're trying to save water in this country.
That's true.
And that's why I pick 4 to 5 minute clips. I don't want to have to watch a 10-minute clip, right?
Yeah.
Well, what if they chuck on one of those ads, right, that go for like 4 minutes? Not only I've watched 2 minutes of content and then 4 minutes of an ad, and then I've got to get back to the content. That's wasting water.
I don't know what to say to that, but yes, I have a solution to your problem.
Yeah.
I run the Surface Pro. That's how we get the data in this and that. On my Google Chrome software, like the app and stuff like that on the Surface, I can download AdBlock for YouTube.
Really?
And then I can have the big screen because the Surface is bigger.
Yeah.
And just take the screen with me into the bathroom. It's a big screen, loud, and no ads.
Oh my god! But do they do ad blockers for Apple?
Now, maybe I don't know about just like if you've taken your laptop in, it's fine because you can do it for like Safari and stuff. You can download like ad blocks, but for your phone you can't. I can't work out a way of doing it. I would love to be able to work out a way that I can get an ad block software for my phone.
We'll make millions of dollars if we do this.
That's true. We should do it.
Billions of dollars.
Billions of dollars. Well, ad
and then we
block
can
is
run
free.
it as a loss because it will be revenue, not profit, Turch. This is
Kieran.
This is 101 accounting.
Kieran.
Yeah.
We're going to make millions, but run it as a loss. Just write it off.
Tax
Just
reasons.
write it off.
Tax reasons. I don't want to
Do
be
you know how to
paying-
write things off, Kieran?
You go, Turch, if we made $1 billion,
Yeah.
we would be going to $1 billion worth of conferences. I don't want to pay tax on that money.
I would just be saying...
We would be going first class, staying at ridiculous accommodation that costs a shit ton of money because I don't want to pay tax. So we're going to write it off.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Run it at a loss.
Run it at a loss.
Yeah.
I'd still want to pay myself a salary.
You can do... Well, you do that.
Oh.
You do that.
Well, I have a rant. I know that we're talking about ads, but I sort of want to flip it around. I want to tell you a bit of a story, and I'm sure that this story is...
Gather around, children.
Yeah,
it's story time with Turch.
good. I don't really have to drive much anymore because I live near the train station now. So, like 5 days a week, I don't really have to drive because I have to walk to the train station, walk home. It's like 500 meters one way. So it's a nothing walk. I know you wouldn't walk it personally because that's a too far a walk for you.
Hang on a second. I'm walking on the days I don't go to the gym, which is every second day, 6 kilometres around the Lake Windaree.
That's actually pretty good.
Thank you.
Well done.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't in the morning, no, because
Yeah.
I'm not organised enough to leave.
Oh, look, I walk, obviously, to get to the station and obviously coming back home and this and that. So it's a nice short walk. So I don't drive very often. So with that, car sits in the garage. And then when I do take it out, it's only because on the weekend I drive Jess around, drive to family events, see you guys, all that sort of stuff.
You should put your car on car next door.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
But we'll see how we go. I've got a manual. That's the only issue. A lot of people don't like to drive manual cars.
Well, fuck them.
Well, exactly right. But, and my insurance goes up quite a bit if you do that sort of stuff. I don't know where the break-even point would be. See? Thinking that's the account within.
But your car's insured with car next door insurance.
Look, nonetheless, had to go past a service station, Servo, get petrol.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought to myself, what a fucking pain in the ass getting petrol is. And that's what my rant is today. Having to get petrol. Because the whole experience is terrible. Because before you even get into the petrol station, you already feel like you're going to get ripped off.
Oh, yeah.
Like, before you're like, I'm going to get petrol. In the back of your head, you go, fuck. It's going to be too expensive. No matter where you go, petrol could be 3 cents a litre. And you should be like, but it should be 2.5. Like,
Church, I know what you mean, right? But I really think I've hit the jackpot moving to Ballarat.
yeah.
Right, because I come down to Melbourne and I see the petrol prices are $1.40 each
Yeah.
at the moment.
Yeah.
And you go on the Ballarat freeway,
Yeah.
highway, and the outback stations,
Yeah,
right? And they're like $1.60. And you're like, oh fuck me, that's really expensive, right? And then you get back into Ballarat, it's about $1.45.
So, yeah.
But the place around the corner from my house is an independent one.
Oh.
And it doesn't fluctuate every day.
Yeah.
They
It just sort of
they-
set it and
they
go.
buy the petrol in, and then that stays at that price. So at the moment, it's $1.27.
Oh, mate. That's going out the window. That's flying out the window.
So I filled up there, and I've come down to Melbourne and gone, fucking hit the jackpot. I've hit the jackpot.
But so you're very lucky. You know where it's going to be the cheapest most of the time. Whereas people live in like the metro area. We never know what's going to be the cheapest. There's like 50 different service stations with 50 different fluctuating prices all the time. And there's not really many independent places around here that do petrol anymore. Especially in the metro. Like, can you think of a local, like, northern suburbs?
A few years ago, before apartment blocks went on there was a petrol station in Ivanhoe.
I know which one you're talking about.
And they actually came out and filled the car up for you. It was customer service.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So you go into these places, you're about to do it. And I roughly know how much it's going to cost me. Because I know how big my tank is. I know how much it is. And I sort of know from previous experience. But you never know.
So in other words, you've been driving for a while and you know your math.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
But you know what? So there's two things that annoy me. One, when you go to fill up, sometimes it's prepaid. Have you ever had that, like, really late at night? And they go, oh, you have to prepay because they don't want people driving off with tanks of petrol?
I maybe you look suspicious, but I have turned up to those prepaid ones before. And of course, me being me, have just given them the nod and been able to fill up.
Ugh. But, like, you know, I usually need about $50 worth of petrol.
Yeah.
I go, yeah, okay, I'll put $50 there. But I need $53 worth of petrol, like, you know. But I've only put 50 and then it cuts.
Yeah.
And then my tank just isn't full. Mm-hmm. And it really annoys me.
Go back and buy $3.
Oh, I'm not going to prepay $3. But this is the worst thing I think.
What the fuck are you doing at night? Where are you that you got to fill up in the middle at night time when it's like after 10 o'clock?
Coming home from gigs.
Okay.
When we used to do the gigging and stuff like that. But this is the most annoying thing is because you pull out the pump and you put it into I don't know what you call the petrol tank.
Yeah.
Like, you know, in the little
into the hole of the petrol tank.
I don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
I think I put it here. What I put it here is the I don't know. Whatever it's called, like the petrol pump, you put it into the little thing and goes click and it clicks in, right?
Sorry, what happens?
Like, you know, you get the petrol pump,
yeah,
and then you put it into your car.
But you're not putting it in your car. You're putting it into the thing.
Yeah, into the thing.
Yeah,
exactly right.
It's not the petrol tank. Petrol tank's not there.
Yeah,
it's connected to the petrol tank.
The pipe connecting to the petrol tank from the petrol tank.
I always want to know, how does it know when you're filling up that it's full?
Okay, this is where I'm going with this, right?
But what's it called?
I don't know. So you put your petrol pump
into the thing that's
and
connected to the car.
And then somehow it goes click. And it's always roughly the same. But because I physically can't see anything filled up, this is another reason why I feel like I'm getting ripped off. Because I don't have... You know, when you do things like you go, oh, okay, when a guy's like putting something in a bag, you can see it. And you can see something filling up. Like at the deli, like you get some meat and you see like 300 grams of meat. And they show you how it's weighed and how it looks like. Whereas this is like them doing it behind a curtain going in. Here's 300 grams of meat.
Do you want to know a crazy line?
I don't until I go home or put it on some other scale, I can't confirm.
Do you want to know something crazy? My family line of history. And I swear to God, I'm not making this up. My grandfather, right? He actually had 2 patents in his life. The first one was the folding cardboard box.
Really?
Yeah. Right. Over in Western Australia, because he owned a grocery store and sent groceries up Western Australia on the trains. Right. And the other one was in your fuel tank, the doobacky device that then connects to your fuel nozzle on the dashboard to tell you how full or empty it is.
There you go.
Yeah, and he sold both of them to buy his family like farm, so he had no debt.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Well,
but if he didn't sell those 2, do you know how fucking wealthy the family line would be? And I would never have known you.
No.
I'd be one of those pricks at like high school catching a helicopter.
Yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
Well, I need something, maybe because it's that accountant auditor guy in me. I want something as I'm pouring the petrol in, not the gas gauge not the petrol gauge in the car, because that's just a dial. That's like, you know, I need something to go count the amount of litres that's going in.
Yeah, it's on the fucking thing.
No, because I don't trust it. I'm fucking paranoid about it. I want to be able to match it. Like, I need to pour it in something else that has like a measuring thing.
Or get your 5 litre fucking jerry can. Put 5 litres in and then pour it in.
No, that's way too much effort. I just need something in the car. I think it's a scam. There's some sort of scam going on. Because I always feel like I'm getting ripped off at the petrol station, and I just want to be sure that at least I'm getting the right amount of petrol.
All you've got to do is the jerry can thing once. You'll figure it out. You'll be like the kids who busted Ribena, right?
True.
Right. You'll become a hero, yada, 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 lawsuit, you become a millionaire.
I hope so. I hope so. And you know what else pisses me off about a petrol station? No matter whatever I do, there's like you go in, you're like, okay, look, there's only like 2 other cars here. One guy's gone in. I'm about to go into and pay for my petrol. It's all good. That guy always takes like 50 years to buy his pack of cigarettes with his, petrol.
I hate getting okay, so
how long does it take to buy the same pack of cigarettes if you're smoking for 30 years? Like, oh, do I get the red ones or the blue ones? The cigarettes must have made me blind because I can't tell the difference anymore. What's cheaper? Like, nah, just buy the fucking same ones. Get your petrol, beep, get out.
The etiquette is if someone's behind you, waiting, you get in your car and you drive forward and you park in the bay at the front.
That too.
Right? And then you go in.
Yes.
That's what you do.
No, but I'm just talking about like, there's only 3 cars in the whole petrol station, but the guy in front of you, paying for his petrol, is taking forever because he's got to go, oh, I'm going to need some mints after I have a cigarette. Oh, which mints do I want? Too much, decision fatigue, paying for petrol.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I understand where you're going with, there's 2 pumps, or there's one pump and you move forward. I prefer to
go the ones where you can now just tap your card and you don't have to walk into the shop.
No, I like the customer service experience.
No, because then you get stuck behind old people.
I know, but that's I know it's the risk.
Are you an unleaded 95, unleaded 98?
I just put the unleaded 95 or 91, depending on the station. Because I go to Shell.
The cheap, the cheapest.
My card does not need.
Or the premium plus.
You know what? My mate did a big study by his own car, with his own car. I can't remember what car he had. But he did a study. He did it for like a year. And he's like a full science guy. Loves his stats and this and that. Did a whole study about his car in particular, using the good petrol for like 6 months.
Yeah.
And then using the average petrol.
Yeah.
And he did all this math, all the kilometers, all this, all that. And he goes, he pulls out all the stuff. And I go, I don't want to read all that. Just tell me. And he goes, not worth it. Not worth it. He spent an extra like $100 and got an extra like 10 kilometers or something stupid like that. There was no real difference. He couldn't.
Do you know where the difference lies? It's
your driving style.
No. Chainsaws. So
yeah?
you know when you've got machinery at home and it requires petrol. You get the fun fact, audience listeners. You get the premium because it lasts longer. Because you generally don't use, you put it in your jerry can, you don't use it. So the crappy petrol lasts like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But you go for the premium, and it lasts you longer than 2 weeks. Because you're not going to generally go through it. And it's going to sit there for 6 months. And then you pour it in your bloody lawnmower, and your lawnmower doesn't work. Are you having troubles with lawnmowers at the moment? I know that you were meant to pick one up from Aldi. Did you pick one up from Aldi? No. Because it required some kind of battery start plug thing. And I was like, too complicated.
You just want a petrol one. 2-stroke petrol.
So Doris, who's my next door neighbour, she's lovely. I'm borrowing hers.
That's all right.
Yeah, so community feel,
You know what? You can borrow hers and just do her backyard as well. And
that's it. Well, she's old and
she needs that sort of stuff.
I'm more than happy to.
You're very lovely.
Help her. She's also fed me, so
it works in many ways. Then many ways.
Well,
that's what am I ranting about? I'm sick of. Eventually, like Ubers are going to be driverless, right? And the only cost of the Uber is going to be the petrol. And you know what the worst thing about that is going to be?
What?
Eventually, Ubers, they're going to go, well, people don't want to pay for the Uber. Why don't we just run ads in the car?
Oh, shit.
So, those unskippable ads that you have on your YouTube
when
videos?
YouTube and Uber merge, fuck me.
Yeah, that's right. That's what's going to happen. It's like, oh, this and that. And it's going to be like airlines. If you don't want the ads, you've got to pay.
Yeah.
And you can be like, you know what? For 20 minutes, I can survive by watching 20 minutes
ads. To attend
10 ads, yeah. That's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be.
Shit.
Unless you pick up your hooker because you can bang her on the way. You have to listen to the fucking ads. What do you spend more money on?
Or sex robots.
Well, if you've got a sex robot, why are you even leaving the house?
Yeah, because you want to go out.
With your sex robot?
With your sex robot.
Look, you do you. Kieran, you got an article for us?
I do. Fun fact. We're talking about old people. More aging Americans are using pot to soothe what ails them.
Oh, good on them.
Yeah,
Well, it's legal now.
Well, the group of white-haired folk, some pushing walkers, others using canes, arriving right on the time at the gates of a retirement village, smoking pot.
Good on them.
I know. These people are mostly in their 70s and 80s, and they play... Well, what they do is they play bingo. Right. And they basically get a month's supply of pot into the nursing home and blaze up.
That's amazing. Good on 'em.
Sounds like a great fucking retirement. It is the ultimate senior experience. Last 76-year-old retired beauty products distributor. Why do they have to tell us what he did? Ron Atkin, as he sits down to watch the bingo at the Black of the Bud and Bloom marijuana dispensary in Santa Ana. There's nothing more to this article.
Oh, that's all right. No, that's pretty cool. I think that's a really positive thing. If people can get relief by, especially now that it's legal, if they're doing it, it's helping them out. They're having fun and, one day a year or one day a month or whatever they're doing there.
No, basically every day.
Oh, every day?
Yeah, they're blazing up.
Good on them.
I say good on him too.
I think it should be like when you're like 70 or 80, they should just go, all drugs are legal for you. Like, it's like, well, you've lived your life, you've done all this. And you know what? If they're 70 and 80, that means they would have been around for like Woodstock in 1969, sorry. Which is they've probably smoked marijuana or done other types of drugs anyway.
And
something new for them.
Health effects, not really going to bother them.
Well, yeah, if they go out, they're going out in a blaze of glory. Mm-hmm. Literally blaze. Oh, okay, it wasn't as good as I thought it was, alright?
No, I computed it just...
It's been a long week.
As I am a professional comedian, I would have landed that joke. See how I'm starting with the psych games for when we're going to do our stand-up?
It's just not working at all. Oh, Kieran. Okay. Let me tell you another story.
When you go into a petrol station, do you buy food?
Usually just mints for the car.
Okay. What type of mints do you have?
Eclipse. Always go to the Eclipse.
You go Eclipse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Peppermint.
And how long do a box of Eclipse last?
Depends where they are. Okay. If they're in the car a while, but at work I have two after a coffee or something like that to sort of be fresh.
Yeah.
So this week has been a real stupid week for me. Apart from buying petrol
and Eclipse,
I've been trying to join really weird groups. I want to expand this podcast and have the best people we can have on here. So I've been joining fun things on Facebook to find new and exciting things. Mm-hmm. So let's just start. Let me tell you how this started.
Okay.
I saw this article. Flat Earthers plan incredible trip to Antarctica to reach the end of the world. A group of Flat Earthers conspiracy theorists are heading to the end of the world in a bizarre trip to prove that the planet isn't a sphere. So, you know about Flat Earthers. We talked about it ages ago. Remember with Adam, he was sort of saying, it might be something you should look into.
Yeah, they're all idiots.
And they're all idiots. Exactly right. But, you know what? I thought to myself, well, there's got to be... Someone's got to have some sort of reason why. So they're saying that... So what these guys are doing, they're planning to travel to Antarctica by boat and find the barrier that map out the edge of the world. So they believe that there's an ice wall.
They're going to freeze to death.
That's several hundred meters thick and towers 50 meters high that surrounds the entire planet.
Hang on a second. If they know that, why the fuck are they going?
Because they want to prove it with video and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it says here, how do they,
if they haven't been, how do they know that it exists?
That's what they're thinking. So from this guy, he is from the Flat Earth International Conference, which is FEIC.
There is a Flat Earth International Conference. No
Kieran,
way.
Oh my god! Wait till
I've got to go to that.
Wait till I'm done with this.
I work in the government. Yeah. They love conferences.
So Robbie Davidson. I say it's like an ice shore, very large. You just go there. You can't just peek over it and this and that, and all that sort of stuff. So the claim is, came back from the Romans and this and that, and obviously it changed over time, and now we know that the Earth is a sphere, or, it's sort of elliptical, but it's a sphere,
Yeah.
round enough. That's how we map
It's
out.
an egg.
Yeah, it's like elliptical sort of thing. So we know that it's more. We know that's true because of obviously how satellites work. That's how we use GPS. It's how we know that gravity's around. That's how we know that, with weather patterns changing.
You don't have to prove it to me.
There's a whole bunch of stuff. But you know what? I thought to myself, I want to know more. And I don't know where to start. Now, if you don't know where to start on a topic, what do you do?
Wikipedia.
Fine. But after that, would you ask an expert?
Oh, yeah.
You go someone goes, look, this person's really knowledgeable. They'll start me off somewhere and then lead me into the right direction.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, okay, let me find myself an expert. So I went to Facebook.
Yeah.
I tried to watch some videos. I wasn't enjoying them as much as I thought I would. So I went on Facebook. I first went to Netflix and watched this documentary on there about the Flat Earth guys.
Wow.
And it's a whole documentary, and it's fucking insane. Because right at the end, they basically prove that the Earth is round. I'm not even kidding. But I also saw that Orange Amplifiers, and I love Orange Amps, I got 2 behind us, posted this picture, because in the actual documentary, there's an orange amp in the back of the documentary.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
and they're just like, God damn it, on Instagram. It's so good. But then I thought to myself, no, I'm going to find someone, this and that. So I joined a group called Official Flat Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And I joined that, and I posted something up. And then I found that someone posted something called Official Flat Earth Australia.
Oh, it's official.
So, Official Flat Earth Australia as a group. I thought, great. I am going to join this group. So I joined the group.
So the collective we joined the group. Fantastic.
Yeah. So I put up a message, and this is the message I sent to them. Hi there. I run a podcast called We Only Do One Take Podcast with my co-host. And ages ago, we talked about the flat Earth. We have little to no experience with it, and we would love to get someone on the show that is based in Australia to talk about how they got into flat Earth, what made them change their mind, and talk about the evidence that could potentially persuade a non-believer. Mm-hmm. Shoot us a private message if you're interested. Cheers. That's a pretty nice message.
That's a very nice message.
Pretty professional, this and that. Look, when we're interested in it, we want to learn. Come in, tell us how it changed your life. So this guy here, Craig, I won't tell you his name, but Craig, I'm going to tell you his name, says, you know that flat earthers don't believe Australia exists. In the group called Official Flat Earth Australia. So I thought, okay, maybe I'll join another group. So I did. So I got into this group called the Flat Earth Revolution.
Ooh, the revolution.
And I thought, I'll just post something. I went to post something and I couldn't. And I actually just messaged them saying exactly the same message. Yeah. And then they said, join the group and you can post something. I'm like, okay, cool. So I joined the group. And they got really angry at me because they asked a couple of questions to get into the group. It's like, how fast does the Earth rotate? And I'm like, well, it's like 1600 k's an hour.
Yeah.
Which is...
You actually answer that.
Yeah.
That flat Earth is. You're going to need to say something like 0.
Yeah, I know. That's what they were looking for. But I'm just like, no, I'm going to be honest. But I'm willing, Anyway, so I posted up there again. Hey, run this podcast. Would love to get someone.
Yeah.
So this guy posted...
Frank.
No, Peter.
Okay.
Posted something...
Close.
Very close. 5 letters. You're good.
Yeah.
Peter posted a meme.
Uh-huh.
A meme to me. So it's, that one that kid's on the bike and he puts something through the spokes of his bike and then he falls over?
Yeah.
It's like a 3-panel sort of thing.
Was this a GIF?
No, it's like a 3-panel comic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the first part of the comic says there, what is it? Here? I'll zoom in. It says, the Earth is too big to see the circumference of the Earth. Mm-hmm. And then the kid's putting the stick into his spoke at the front. Can see ship sails over the horizon 3 miles away. And then the guy's fallen over.
Yeah.
And it says, stupid flat earthers.
Yeah.
So it's like saying, people that believe that the Earth is round, you're stupid, but you always blame us for being wrong.
Got it.
So this guy, so that's what...
So very similar to vegans.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I thought, oh, that's a bit rude. Like, I'm actually trying to be,
That was unfair. I'm sorry, vegans. That is uncalled for. I know some nice vegans.
You know what? Vegans are far nicer people than flat earthers. So this guy so I messaged this guy back. I said, thank you, Peter, thank you for that. I'm really trying to understand the thinking behind the flat earth, and you're just being condescending. I'll tell you now, that's why it probably hasn't been accepted into the mainstream. If you're just going to be condescending to people that are trying to learn or anything like that.
We're genuine on this podcast.
I'm trying to figure things out. Like, I want someone to change my mind. Again, I want an expert to explain things to me. I'm going out there. I don't know where to start. I want someone to help me out to where to start.
Mm-hmm.
So, Peter responds.
Oh, this is sounding great. I'm going to get this Peter on the show. We'll do it via Skype, though.
Yeah,
I'm not letting Peter in the studio.
Peter, it will never be accepted into the mainstream. Mainstream is indoctrinated lies and deceptions. If you want to understand it, as you put it, you would do your own research, as each of us have. Instead, you choose to advertise your, inverted commas, podcast and join a flat earth group. As of yet, you still haven't asked a question to learn about flat earth. Shill on. I'm like, okay, I don't even know how to respond to that. So I thought to myself, you know what? Instead of that, I will do some research.
Turch, as the CEO, I think this is when you need to let me know so I can take over and handle, communication.
Well, you know what? As of communication going, I think it's good. I decided to do my own research.
You took his advice?
Yeah, I did. I wanted to know more about Peter.
He wanted to...
So I went to Peter's Facebook page and I saw this thing. Like, he had all these photos. I'll show you this now. It's got this photo like of that, and Verum Belator.
What the... okay.
And I didn't know what that was. So
Yeah.
I thought to myself, well, I have a feeling this guy has a YouTube channel.
Uh-huh.
And wouldn't you know it, he certainly does.
Oh.
He's only got 2 videos. They've got less views than we have on our channel. But the first one is Donald Trump's wigs fails.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one...
Really? That doesn't have that many views?
No, 101. And the other one, at the time of this recording, and the other one is... it's called Reptilian/Demon Shapeshift, and it's a girl. 2 girls on a roller coaster.
15 views. Very
15
nice.
views, very good.
Yeah.
So, and that was a year ago. Give that. So, what did I learn about this gentleman here? One, he definitely lives in Australia.
The Peter.
Yeah. Lives in Australia.
Yeah.
Not local, which is good. Secondly, believes in flat Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't want to give out any of the information that he has about it,
Mm-hmm.
which means I feel like it's all bullshit.
Mm.
And thirdly, he believes that there are reptiles that live among us. Which makes sense. I went even further. I went deeper down the rabbit hole and thought to myself, okay, he believes that the Earth is flat and there are reptiles. You know what likes big flat rocks? Reptiles. I think it's because he's a reptile and really wants the Earth to be flat so he has a nice flat rock to sit on. Anyway, so that's all the research I did to flat Earth. This one gentleman and join a bunch of groups. I will have to leave those groups out because they are fucking insane.
That is fantastic. And the podcast is proudly brought to you by the Flat Earth International Conference. That is the Flat Earth International Conference in the United States of America. It's from November 14th to 15th in Dallas. Save the date. 232 days, 16 hours and 59 minutes.
I love
until it's on.
I love the fact that they
It's featuring Rob Skipper, testing the globe, Patricia Steer, Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes, and Daryl Marble from D-Marble.
You know what I like about the Flat Earth guys? I watched that documentary. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Like none of them have the same beliefs. Like some of
really?
them believe it's like a dome. Like there's a dome around us. Some believe in the ice wall, some don't. Some don't believe Australia exists. And my favourite one is like, they're like, oh, planes can fly anywhere if the globe is round. But like the measurements don't work. Like, it's the same amount of time to fly to, like, you know, a 13-hour flight straight up to Singapore. But they're like, oh, yeah, it's the same to, same to fly to, like, the US 13 hours.
Yeah.
But if you did it on the flat Earth, as they describe it, it would take, like, 39 hours to fly to the US or something like that because of the distance.
They're idiots.
It's fantastic.
Tickets are only $199 for 2 days. I wonder if it's catered.
You know what? If we ever build that that app that blocks ads on YouTube,
Yeah.
this is a conference that we can go to.
I really want to go to this now. The Flat Earth International Conference is an educational endeavour composed of individuals and organisations uniting around the common purpose of the true scientific inquiry of the created Earth. Why? Most people today subscribe to the espoused heliocentric globe model explanation of
The normal round Earth.
of cosmology, which contends that Earth spins at 1,040 miles per hour while travelling around the Sun at 66,000 miles per hour. However, every experiment ever conducted to prove even the simple spin of the Earth has failed.
Yeah.
Join us this November to learn why we dissent from this spinning theory of cosmology at the 2019 Flat Earth International Conference.
They got this in the documentary. They got this gyroscope. This like very expensive gyroscope. They're like, this will prove it. This will prove it. They got this gyroscope.
Yeah.
And they did test for like 2 weeks, and it always proved the exact same thing, that it was round. And then they did this test where they shone this giant laser, and it's like, oh, if we shine the laser, you'll see and shoot it through like into a board, like a circle into a board, and then they shone it through the next board. If we have it all at the same height, you should be able to see it on the other end through the board.
Right.
And they didn't.
Okay.
And then they moved the board up higher.
Yeah.
And they could see it because the drop of the Earth.
Right. They're idiots.
It was fantastic. And then they're trying to prove why. Look, you have to watch the documentary. I love this sort of conspiracy bullshit. And the Flat Earth one just amazes me. I would love to get someone on here to talk about it properly. Because I think I can just like debunk them like right now. Like,
they sound like fun.
It's like the Dunning-Kruger effect. I think it's the Dunning-Kruger effect where like people that are really knowledgeable on a topic are like,
we might actually get hate mail now.
Yeah,
You
maybe.
have advertised our podcast on their page. They might listen, hear us brag on flat earthers.
Well, look, I'm happy for them to come on and prove me wrong.
You know they won't, because they won't have done any research.
Well, I did a lot of research. I would love for, like I said to them on the pages, I would love for someone to come on, have a chat to us, tell us why they think what changed them over. It'd be very interesting. But it's like the Dunning-Kruger effect. Like, people that are really knowledgeable about a subject are always like, oh, I'm not the expert.
Yeah.
But people that think that they're the expert
know nothing
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got over there, Kieran? That's off Flat Earth for a while.
Man sues for $1.3 million over boss's stinky farts.
Oh, I saw this. Go for it.
We just need to fill in the time because I can't get the article.
No, that's all right. I did see this not too long ago, and I thought to myself, I was going to bring this in. Yeah. But I knew that you would bring this one in. I know you so well. Like, there's articles I bring up, I'm like, I'm going to bring this in, and we're going to have a laugh. And I go, no. Kieran will bring this in. I don't need to worry about it. We'll get this one covered.
An appeals court in Australia will have to decide based on a nearly $1.3 million lawsuit filed in 2017 by the former employee of a construction company, who refers to his ex-boss as Mr. Stinky.
Is that abuse? Like, isn't that bullying?
Maybe. David, a 56-year-old former engineer of Melbourne's construction engineering, says Supervisor Greg would enter a small windowless office to fart 5 or 6 times a day as part of a large conspiracy to terminate his employment.
I didn't realise you could still have windowless offices. Is that legal? That's what I would be fighting.
My God, that's bloody. This is. I hope he doesn't win, because a lot of people are going to be fucked if this is precedence.
Oh, every partner, like every girlfriend's going to be suing their partner. Fucking fart in the bed every night.
I overheard today, getting a coffee from the cafe, these two tradies come in, and they're like, oh, yeah, have you seen Steve? And it's like, yeah, he's got his shirt on backwards. Should we tell him? Nah. I was just like, good on him. So, where were we up to? Before he was eventually laid off, he'd be sitting with his face to the wall and he would come into the room, fart behind me, and walk away. Adding eventually he sprayed deodorant at his superior. I may have done it once or twice, but maybe I can't recall. Short told the Supreme Court of Victoria last year.
So went to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, it's in the appeals. That is the Supreme Court.
That's pretty high up.
That's the same court that George Pell is going to in June.
I'm so glad we have such a fantastic and robust system where both a serial child molester and a serial farter are being tried in the same court. Look, everyone deserves justice.
That's right.
That's all I can say.
Because the Court of Appeal is hearing his claims of harassment, psychiatric trauma, and severe stress. It's about justice. No, fairness. It's about fairness.
What's the difference? What's the difference?
I'm glad you knew that I would bring that article.
Oh, look, it's a fantastic article. Okay, so
Speaking of farting,
I got two aeroplane ones, but they're kind of, well, one's just a headline, because I found this one and I wanted to bring it in. A naked Russian man tries to board plane, claiming to be more aerodynamic. That was it. He just got arrested and stuff like that. Nothing fancy. I just love that headline. But here's another airline one. So you can probably add this to your all your jokes that you're going to write while you're on an airplane. Maybe grease yourself up. Be slippery through the air. Be fine. But Air Asia apologizes and drops their new advertising campaign in Australia. So what is the campaign?
Oh shit! You know what I've just realised?
What?
I have been saying to my students, "See you next Tuesday." So when you're talking about advertising, I thought about that "See you in the north." See you in the NT.
Yeah,
and I'm like, "See you next." I've been saying, "Oh my god, that spells cunt."
Yeah, yeah. That's why I always say it at the end of the show. See you next Thursday. I've been saying that for like 50 episodes.
Oh shit.
Okay. So these guys, Air Asia has to pull a promotion because they've also got like very similar to the "See You in the NT" or "Where the bloody hell are ya?" They've got one too. Would you like to read what's on their bus?
Get off in Thailand.
So that's the slogan, get off in Thailand. What's it advertising? It's advertising the fact that they're going to be flying direct flights from Brisbane in Queensland to Bangkok.
Yeah, good on him.
So which is great.
So you can get
off in Thailand.
In Thailand.
Nice and easy. So
there's no comma in that.
No.
Oh, God, listen to that.
Oh.
That's good background noise.
Put it over here. Put it over here away from the electricals. I know you. You know that spilling video? This is where it is. So anyway, I'm like, okay, who's complaining about that?
Mormons.
Well, there's a group, activist group. So you
of
already
course
know
there's a fucking activist group.
Called Collective Shout.
Okay.
And I thought, oh, let me do a bit of research into these gentlemen.
Are we getting them on the podcast?
I would love to. Apparently they've complained about it because the advertisement appeals to sex tourists. That's what their complaint is. Get off in Thailand.
They do know that they're probably executives live in Asia and thought this is brilliant for the Australian market.
It's gone through like all the leaps and jumps. They've probably had like 4 ad companies. This is the one that won it.
Yeah.
And they've gone through. So, what has Collective Group done recently?
See, if it was get off, in Thailand, maybe something to complain about.
Yeah. So what else has Collective Group complained about? They're currently trying to get Charlie Sheen to not come to Australia, be banned from Australia.
He's coming to Australia? When's he coming to Australia?
I thought he already came, but he might be coming. This sounds wild. There's a rapper named Tyler, the Creator.
Never heard of him.
He's a shock rapper. Like, raps about really crude, funny, He's like the Howard Stern of rap.
Okay.
Like, shocking sort of stuff. Talks about rape and, groping girls. And then also does like joke raps with his mates.
Okay.
Sort of bit. So they've stopped him.
Mm-hmm.
They're the one that stopped Milo Yiannopoulos coming through again.
Okay.
But they've also put like boycotts on brands. And this is on their website. They've put boycotts on certain brands. That if you're part of, Collective Shout, they recommend highly that you don't shop at these places.
Okay.
So I thought, pretty interesting. Let me see if I'm shopping in any of these places.
Very interesting.
Because if I'm not, I would like to go there and give them more business.
Yeah, got it.
So, the first place that Collective Shout say that you, as a Collective Shout member, should not shop at is Westfield. All of Westfields. All of them.
Yeah, okay.
All the big shopping centres.
Yeah.
All of them. You shouldn't shop there.
Now, don't shop there?
No.
Okay.
Why? Because of this brand called Honey Burdette. They sell lingerie. And
we're talking about a store in Westfield?
Yeah, a store in Westfield.
All of Westfield?
No. A store in Westfield called Honey Burdette sells lingerie and stuff like that. And apparently they have, as they stated here, porn-themed advertising in shopping centres around the country. And because that shop there, who they've also boycotted, is in Westfield, and Westfield have done nothing about it, you should boycott Westfield.
But that store's not in every freaking Westfield.
Look, don't talk about your logic. This is like... This is up there with the flat earthers. Okay, you should also boycott bras and things for the same reason, because apparently
I don't need bras, but maybe I need things.
Exactly right. But because of their women in lingerie in their advertising for a lingerie shop, you should boycott them because it's overly sexualized.
Do these people not wear bras or things?
Okay, what else should you avoid? Which I kind of agree with this one. 50 Shades of Grey. Not for the reason that you're thinking, though. Not because it's a badly written book and film. Mm-hmm. It's because it romanticizes intimate partner violence and stalking and sends the message that men's violence against women is erotic and desirable.
Okay.
Okay. So these guys are really fun. And the final one, and I'm sure you're going to love this one the most. And I think that, if we're going to do one of them, this is the one we should do.
All right.
They want you to boycott Amazon. So, look, I'm not saying that they're smart people. Why are they boycotting Amazon? It's because at one stage, Amazon used to sell child-sized sex dolls.
Amazon sells everything.
Yeah.
Everything wrong that they made. If they're only complaining about child-sized sex dolls, they haven't looked at everything.
Yeah, like
Amazon's
sex dolls that
selling.
look like children.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, look. Amazon did take them off their website and put them back on.
Yeah.
Now, they're complaining about this. Collective Shouters are complaining about this. And look, I'm not too fussed. At the end of the day, if someone buys it, they're fucking a piece of plastic. They're not fucking a child. I'm fine with them having it, but the Australian government says different. If you are found with one, it's a $450,000 fine and a 10-year prison time if you import the dolls.
Oh, okay.
So the Australian government's got that covered.
Yeah.
But these guys here, just because this one product is there, all of Amazon is banned for them. These guys are retarded and don't know what fun is.
I'm pretty sure Amazon would have just gone, this is another product, let's put it on. Someone would have gone, I want to sell this on Amazon. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I guarantee that's how it would have been. And you know what? They probably would have got a couple of sales.
Yeah. If
you're not looking for it, it's not going to come up in your, you're not going to buy a children's book and then go, would you also like to buy a child-size sex doll? Like maybe if you're buying a couple of dildos, some BDSM stuff and a vibrator, it might come up. Or, another sex doll, it might come up. But I don't think it's just going to come up if you're your mum's buying, your parents are buying plates. And
they sound like a fun group, but we'll also have them over Skype.
I would love to have them over Skype. So you've got lots of people to contact going forward.
Just not in our
I really
studio.
have to make a fake profile or something because I feel like I'm going to get attacked soon or at least get egged. But if I get egged, at least I'm famous. Maybe I'll start an AFP or a new police.
Oh, God. That's
been having a fun
That's the moment you know you've made it when you get egged.
I think so. That'd be fun.
That's the moment. That's the moment.
I've really been having a fun week. I've been researching Collective Shout. I've been talking to flat earthers who won't tell me any information and complaining about petrol.
That's fair enough. That sounds like a very fun week.
Oh, you got one more for us?
Yeah, I've got one more. You know, I got called a fucking cunt last night.
Were you complaining to the flat earthers?
I was actually rather proud. No, I was coming back from my walk.
Yeah.
And there is a footpath, but then there's a big tree that's overgrown, so I sort of step onto the road.
Yeah.
And a car came flying down like a side street and turned, and it was going far. I feel like they just robbed a house. Like,
okay.
You know, how fast they were driving, and it was one of those Hyundai Accents from like the year 2000. It was just crap, and there were drug addicts in the car, right? And because I
really selling Ballarat.
Yeah.
Tourism Ballarat.
And I literally just stepped out on the side of the road just to go around, but obviously they weren't going to hit me. Like,
I
saw
cut the
them,
corner though.
but they sort of, anyway, like, you fucking cunt, right? And I was just like, oh, okay. Fair enough.
Good
and
times.
And I was like, yeah.
Good times, great classic hits.
No, I am. I was like, for me, because I live in the posh end of Ballarat. I was like, what the fuck are they doing here? And I was like, oh, they probably just robbed a place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you done well.
Yeah. Apparently, big crime rates up there too. Bohemian Rhapsody has opened in China.
You know what? I was going to bring this up next, but continue. I actually brought this one in because I loved it so much.
Minus all the gay bits.
I told Jess about this. I said, is this funny? And she goes, what? I told her about, they've cut out, all the gay bits.
So basically, they've cut out the entire movie.
Yeah, so have you seen what they've actually cut out? You've seen the film, right?
Yeah, I've seen the film.
So they've cut out any references to the singer's sexuality or AIDS diagnosis.
Yeah.
Any footage where two men are kissing or saying the word gay.
Mm-hmm.
Explicit and implicit references to Mercury's sexuality was edited out.
And when he comes out to his girlfriend.
And when he comes out to his girlfriend. And the other scene that was removed was a close-up of Mercury's crotch as he performs at Live Aid, interactions with his male partner Jim Hutton, and the sequence on screen where the character and his on-made bandmates recreate the iconic music video for the song I Want to Break Free. That's the whole film.
Yeah, that's...
It's like they signed a contract and then they performed at Live Aid. That's the film. And Brian May plays the guitar solo for Bohemian Rhapsody in a barn. That's the film.
Yeah. I saw that and was just like, how could you... Just don't play the film.
Well, it got really good ratings.
I'm sure they can...
Did you see that? It got really good ratings, though.
I'm sure they can just download it illegally.
Or maybe not. Well, apparently more than 80% of social media users who watched the video gave the film a 5 out of 5. Which is pretty good. But then one person wrote, if there were no deleted scenes, it would have been better. Why was it necessary to delete gay-related content? Doesn't a person's life deserve to be complete? So I have a feeling, Kieran, and I might be wrong, they actually use, I think all of China's reviewers.
Yes.
Potentially use your reviewing system. Because...
I know where you're going with this. I'll let you say that.
Because obviously, the film was okay, and you've rated terrible films high scores before because you base it on the legroom.
Hang on a second. What terrible films have I given 5 stars
I don't think you've given any terrible films 5 stars, but you've given additional stars to films that you had a good experience in the cinema for because of the food and beverage and
the only
toilets.
2 films that have ever made 5 stars have been The Dish.
Yeah. Is that always a 5-star film?
It is.
Even if you were in a torture chamber and you're watching it, would you still watch it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
And Little Miss Sunshine.
Oh, yeah. That's fair enough. Good film.
Because it's got a combi van in it.
Yeah.
Good amount of viewing of the combi van. And then what the grandpa does at the end for the girl and the
pretty
dance
fantastic.
It's fantastic.
That's Steve Carell, isn't it? Mm. Yeah, he's always good and stuff like that. I've only got one more article left.
I thought you were going to go with Chinese people are small and they've got lots of leg room at
Oh,
the cinema.
no,
That's why they would rate it 5 stars.
That was a given. I just expected them to be like, "Oh, look, I gave us a bowl of rice with some veggies in it while we were watching the film. 5 stars. Pretty easy. Lots of leg room. Always lots of leg room, actually." Look, I've only got one more article, and it's just the headline, really. Man accidentally shoots himself trying to kill a cockroach. A Detroit man has accidentally shot himself in the foot while trying to kill a cockroach. But trust us, it didn't happen how you think. According to WDIV, the man who uses a wheelchair reportedly threw his shoe across the room at the pest. Inside the shoe, a revolver that reportedly discharged into the man's foot when it hit the ground. There is no words on the man's condition at the time.
Fucking idiot. Fucking idiot. And on that note... Oh, do we have the thing?
Yeah, well, you know what? We'll sign off and we'll do it after the things. But anyway, yes, Kieran, on that note, I think we're going to better wrap up the show. Thank you for another fantastic episode, Kieran.
My pleasure.
It's always good to have you in the studio instead of having you via Skype, because it's always a lot harder to edit while it's via Skype.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
You've noticed that too. But it'd be nice and hopefully a bit easier to edit this one. And I always feel the sound sounds a lot better when we're all together in the same room as well. But for all your wanking needs out there, you lovely wankers, please follow us on SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And if you'd like to send us some hate mail, a death threat, or a rant, or a reason why you think the flat earth is real, record it on your phone or email us at weonlydoonetakePodcast@gmail.com. Yeah, that'd be amazing if we get someone to tell about that. But for all you lovely wankers out there, we will see you next Thursday. So we did get a rant from a listener.
Excellent.
Let's pull it up here. Alright, this is Lana.
Hey guys, it's Alice again.
Hi, Alice.
Just wanted to give you a...
Okay, look, Alice. If you're gonna do it,
Not in the car. Why are you doing it when you get in the car? Do it before you get in the car or when you get to your destination.
That's a...
bit of feedback on this week's episode. I've just spent 5 hours in a car by myself, doing a bit of a country drive.
Oh, good on
Saved up your episode so that I'd have something entertaining to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
Show started off great.
Fantastic.
And then you got on to churches and religion and don't really know what else because you lost me. But that's not my real...
I think that's what... I think we lost a lot of people with that one.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, look, Alice, this episode had Flat Earthers. What else now? Bohemian Rhapsody. It had...
Sometimes we have to cover very important things like people who believe in religion are idiots.
Yeah. And sometimes we've got to talk about people who believe in Flat Earth that are idiots.
That's right.
It's always... let's keep going.
problem with this week's show. My real problem is that I sat in sufferance through the last few minutes of your show.
In 1 kilometer, turn right.
Okay, Alice. You can't say you're sitting in sufferance. And we've listened to this for like a minute. And now... Okay, Alice, out of the car. Next time you say something...
Right. And I sat in sufferance listening to your show. And then you said goodbye. You had your theme song. And then there was nothing. There was silence. I feel empty. I feel slightly violated. You look forward to your little funny closing snippets. And it just wasn't there this week. So, please.
Did I edit that one or
Make
did you
sure
edit
that
that one?
they're
out?
there
Which one?
so that I get a little reward for listening to whatever it was that I listened to this week. Thanks.
So she's complaining she listened to us rant about nothing, really, about religion, and which it ended up being nothing.
Yeah.
And then she was like, that's all right, because I'll get to the end and there'll be a funny bit at the end. And there was nothing.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. That was
And then
played.
Let's just talk about a few things here. Look, sometimes we just don't have the material. And sometimes we do little silly debates like we had. And sometimes we ask, every week we ask for someone to record something. And look, we don't expect it to be the highest quality. But I'm going to put it out there, Alice.
She's done a few. We're
She's done a
expecting
few.
higher quality.
One, we can always help you out. Just give us a shout out. Two, not only was there car noise in the back, your GPS was going off. But at one point, we couldn't even, it was so many digital glitches, we couldn't understand you. So for me, I'm going to give that a 3 out of 10.
I'm going to give that a 1 out of 5.
1 out of 5. It's about the same. Call again. See you guys.